Hello everyone, I am M.Rithyasree, first year BCA in Mahalakshmi Women's College of Arts and Science. Today I am going to say about the book The Great Gatsby, written by F.Scott Fitzgerald. The author was an American writer of novels and short stories whose works have been seen as evocative of jazz age, a term he himself allegedly coined. He is regarded as one of the greatest 20th century writers. Fitzgerald was of the self-styled lost generation, American born in the 1890s, who came of age during World War I. The story, The Great Gatsby, is in many ways similar to Romeo and Juliet. Yet I believe that it is so much more than just a love story. It is also a reflection on the hollowness of a life of leisure. Both stories are obsessed with controlling time. Juliet wants to extend her present as her future prospects with Romeo are bleak, and Gatsby wants to create a beautiful future by restoring the past. This is what leads to Gatsby to say his most famous line, "Can't change the past." Why? Of course you can. I could very much relate to this. There have been many moments where I wished that I could go back to the past and just remain there, for it was a better place. However, unlike in Romeo and Juliet, the characters in The Great Gatsby are in themselves very flawed and very hard to sympathize with. But that is the beauty of the book. Of course, you hate Daisy Bunchen. Of course, you hate Tom. You even begin to slightly dislike Gatsby, to whom it is not enough for Daisy to say that she loved him, but requires her to state that she never in her 5-year marriage loved her husband Tom. But Gatsby to me remains great right until the end of this book. The main characters of the book: Nick Carraway. The novel's narrator, Nick, is a young man from Minnesota who, after being educated at Yale and fighting in World War I, goes to New York City to learn the bond business. Honest, tolerant, and inclined to reserve judgment. J. Gatsby, the title character and protagonist of the novel. Gatsby is a fabulously wealthy young man living in a Gothic mansion in Westgate. He is famous for the lavish parties he throws every Saturday night, but no one knows where he comes from, what he does, or how he made his fortune. Daisy Bunchen, Nick's cousin and the woman Gatsby's ex-lover. As a young woman, he Louisville before the war, Daisy was courted by a number of officers, including Gatsby. She fell in love with Gatsby and promised to wait for him. However, Daisy harbors a deep need to be loved, and when a wealthy, powerful young man named Tom Bunchen asked her to marry him, Daisy decided not to wait for Gatsby after all. Now a beautiful socialite, Daisy lives with Tom across from Gatsby. Tom Bunchen, Daisy's immensely wealthy husband, once a member of Nick's social club at Yale. Powerful, built, and hailing from a socially solid old family. Tom is an arrogant, hypocritical bully. His social attitudes are laced with racism and sexism, and he never even considers trying to live up to the moral standard he demands from those around him. He has no moral qualms about his own extramarital affair with Martell. Jordan Baker, Daisy's friend, a woman with whom Nick becomes romantically involved during the course of the novel. Myrtle Wilson, Tom's lover, whose lifeless husband George owns a run-down garage in the Valley of Ashes. George Wilson, Myrtle's husband, the lifeless, exhausted owner of a run-down auto shop at the edge of the Valley of Ashes. The moral of the Great Gatsby is the American dream is ultimately unattainable. J. Gatsby had attained great wealth and status as a socialite. However, Gatsby's dream was to have a future with his one true love, Daisy. Thank you all.